How did brands like Nike, Supreme, Broken Planet, Trapstar London, Cult Culture, Stussy, Trico create a cult culture? How did they create their own flow, their own movement? Storytelling with your brand is beyond just setting a mission statement. It's about if you can connect all the dots, build the entire bridge between the consumer and your brand. Because you can have a mission, you can have a brand, but can you get people to understand your shit? Storytelling is beyond just the quality of your product and fast customer shipping. Just because you have a lot of followers doesn't mean you have real true fans. So you want to be known in the streets, but you don't want to be associated with the streets. Let me tell you, a quick story with our previous client that it didn't unfortunately go well. Basically, we were on a call and I was asking about the brand image because the website really looked trash. Some of the pics they've taken was stolen from like manufacturers. They even don't really care about the brand at all. And the owner even told me that he doesn't, his friends, his close friends, or anyone in his real life to know that he owns a brand, that type of brand. He even didn't like some of the products. He just wanted to sell a lot of type of products, see what hits the most in the market and sell most of that stuff. Okay, if that's you, please go ahead and exit this video. Our mission here is to create really dope shit, and obviously if you're that type of a brand owner or dropshipping type of dude, get out. So they clearly didn't want to have a real community, real ravers, okay, Travis Scott type shit fans. They didn't. They just wanted to fucking make money. Having a community means you're gonna have more customers that stay for longer and buy repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. So what I want to talk about in today's video is, first thing, how community works and how to attract an audience, not just views. Second thing is growing your own community, not just an audience. Third thing is aesthetics, creative storytelling for your brand and how to go about it, plus designing a cohesive collection as well as ad creatives, email creatives, social media creatives for your feed, and so on. Fourth thing, I like to call this create what you want to see out there. There's gonna be examples of dope content that you could take inspiration from for your brand. Fifth thing is what really happens. I'll show you what really happens when your brand is aesthetically driven and really community driven and purposely driven with a clear mission. And last topic I want to quickly touch on is TikTok is, I don't know if it's true, officially is being banned in 2025 January in the US, and what you should do instead if that actually happens. And last thing, if you stick till the end and you're curious about it, I will show you a hoodie mockup that we've been sort of working on and like our thought process behind it. How community works and how to attract an audience. So, how community works and how to attract an audience. There's a difference between an audience and a community. An audience is just someone who sees your brand here and there. They might interact with your, like your post, like your story here and there. A community is someone who waits for your shit and constantly engages with your shit. They fucking DM you, they comment, when's the fucking next drop? Okay? The best way to sort of explain this, my way, would be if your Instagram and TikTok, or whatever platform you have your community on, would get removed today, would the people beg for you to come back? Would they even notice that your shit got banned? Would they even notice that you disappeared? Look at it like this. If you listen to Travis, just a few times here and there, and you just know most of the trendy songs, then you're just an audience, really. If you are a community, then his first mixtape was Old Pharaoh. Pharaoh? I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. But okay. Another examples of a community would be your family culture, your friends culture, or Y.G Studios. And while I said that, I want you guys to sort of screen record Y.G Studios, scroll to some of their reels, right? Scroll some of their Instagram, scroll to the comments and show them how the community is actually engaging in the comments. So at Y y.g studios. Y.g.studios, they have around like 80K followers, right? So you just scroll to their shit like this, right? Even open up like their some of their comments, okay, and scroll to it like this, basically. Choose the most performing, the most commented stuff, of course, where people are actually commenting and it's not just bots or manufacturers, but that's like another editing stuff. Here's the thing, you can't build a community around just a product. You're building it around an ideology, right? You're selling a lifestyle, you're promoting an image that your people would want to resonate with. People buy with emotions and justify with logic. When you buy new pants, the logic is that you probably need new pants. And the emotion behind it would be you were scrolling on Instagram, you saw some dope shit. Oh shit, this video is hard as fuck. Oh shit, the pants are hard as fuck. Oh shit, let me buy this. Right? And then, oh shit, I probably actually need new pants. So you got sold to it, like through the vibe, to an emotion that lets you justify that with logic. Okay, I might actually buy this because I fucking actually need new pants. So there's really two types of content you want to be making. First is brand focused. You showcase the lifestyle, the models, the vibe, the behind the scenes and so on. It's pretty much all around entertainment. The second thing The second thing is product focused. It's very sales focused. Let's say on a drop day, your website imagery, some flat lays, upcoming Black Friday stuff, that you're giving 50% off, stuff like that. It's very product focused. It's not really brand focused or lifestyle focused. It's showing the fucking product, literally. And when you're starting out, especially when you're just starting out, and I feel like even when you're scaling, you really want to focus deeply on the brand content first because that's going to bring attention to your page. Then when you start focusing on product type of content, you already have the followers, you already have the people, you already have an audience, you already have a community that, sort of engage with your brand's vibe earlier through the brand focused content. So now when you push product, focused content, like retarget them with ads or emails or whatever the fuck it is, organic, they're gonna buy because they are already sold in your whole ideology, imagery. Second thing, growing your own community, not just an audience. Here are a few questions that's gonna help you define your target audience. And really, the first basic question I want to ask yourself is, do you really love your shit? Or are you, our previous client, that we had to offboard essentially that I was talking about earlier in this video? Do you actually love your shit? Can you fucking go out there and flex that shit? If you can, then great. You like your stuff, okay? Become the audience yourself first. What does your brand name mean? It's really deep, right? If you're a brand that just have some trap, rich plug, millionaires, hustlers type shit in your brand name, that's fine. But what does your brand name really, really, really mean? Define that. Second thing, who is the person that best embodies your codes? Is it you? Like I was saying that, become the audience first, flex it, wear your own fucking shit, be proud of your shit. Or is it like a famous rapper rather? Right? Who best sort of embodies your product? Third thing, what about that person is making them align with your brand? Fourth thing, if you had to put that one person and the community, your audience into an offline space, what event would be happening? Would it be like some fucking party or like a fashion runway or whatever the fuck event would it be? What would be happening offline? Because I feel like a real community, if you can really sort of think about your community, not in just digital fucking space, but really seeing them in the real life space, in an offline space, that's gonna sort of help you approach your brand building way better. So, in terms of actual content, there are actually three ways you can deliver your value through your content. Okay, first thing is entertainment. Those are like some crazy edits, funny or anything relatable, shareable in that sort. Second thing is educations. It's not that much, but it could be some tutorials, how to style XYZ, and so on. Third thing is inspiration. It's motivational, it's actionable, it's pretty much a lot of it is mental health positive stuff. I feel like Nike does this quite a lot. They have a mix of entertainment, education, and inspiration. All this stuff goes very well with each other, although entertainment and inspiration goes very well together. It's like yin and yang. If you see like a tough reel on your feed, it entertains you and you might take inspiration from it for your next reel, right? That could be like a sort of example. So sell people into your brand's identity first before you sell them your product. Talking about brand's identity, aesthetics, creative storytelling for your brand, and how to go about it. Every storytelling is made up of two things. You give people a conflict and then you give them context, right? So let's say you have this character in fucking movie or whatever the fuck it is, to give you like an example outside of this space. He's on a path, he bumps into a roadblock, right? Which is this conflict situation. He starts to think about how to go about solving it. He then solves it and it gives you context. So, you're in this fucking loop of conflict, okay, and context, essentially. That's how you can keep people hooked in your videos. Look at all of your content as you were recording your own cinematic film, right? Nowadays, when you are on a very good Instagram's real feed and you don't have brain rotted shit on there, some fucking broke ass memes. I don't give a shit about some memes, right? I only have inspirational stuff there. I mean, if memes inspire you, then take it. But most of memes are just brain rot, honestly. You are just laughing at some fucking pixels, by the way, on your phone, which if you zoom out, it feels kind of weird, especially when you're sitting alone and you're just laughing at your phone, bro. Like, get a life, man. I don't know, but look at all of your content as you were actually recording like a small series of your cinematic films. But okay, Hui, I don't want to do content myself. I just want to be designing clothes. How the fuck do I do it? One thing, you can start designing a service for someone else, but if you are really wanting to be a brand owner, then let me tell you, right? First thing you can do is get a brand creative director that basically manages the entire project management, right? From your creative visuals, you know, coming up with content ideas, getting models, getting photographers, videographers, everything in that sphere, right? Get a brand creative director. Like, even if you have someone in your close friends, right? If you have someone who has these ideas, don't know how to put them in place, but you get the idea and you are the one who can put it in place, and you both resonate with, your brand's vision, then get someone like that. And if you don't, then get a creative director, elsewhere. Like, it's very simple to communicate and collab, especially when you're like in this creative market. I feel like it's very friendly and you can communicate and collab pretty easily. Second thing is get a team of full-time creators that sort of become the image or identity for your brand. Could be influencers, content creators, maybe your friend that wants to become influencers, or maybe they even don't know that they want to become that, but you see potential in them as a brand owner, as the CEO. Then just pitch it to them like, hey bro, I feel like you have this modeling potential. If I sort of gave you some content ideas and sort of help you with creating content which would become like an image for my brand, do that. I feel like Broken Planet, they do it very well. They have this 3 4 people that are pretty much very constantly on the feed, right? They are, almost in every reel, in every pic. I feel like, they set a pretty good standard 3 to 4 creators image on their social media. And the higher level would be sort of collabing with celebrities, rappers, and so on. Some of this stuff could be done by some of our clients, even basically reach out to stylists of, the rappers, which, honestly, I didn't even think about. That's a very great strategy for outreach if you want to collab. they essentially reach out to stylists of like NLE Choppa, um, Lil Nar, Chief Keef, even some with like Lil Baby and shit. Like they reach out to stylists. The stylists really fuck with the clothes. They send it to the stylist, and essentially then they sort of make content from there. It's just about, again, it's just about the way you build your relationships. All right, third thing would be create a community based content brand. So how this works is essentially you incentivize your customers that sort of bought your stuff to create content for your brand, and they are the ones who become the ambassadors for the brand. If you want to take this like on a further level, then I essentially heard this story from a brand owner that essentially gave like a sort of designing challenge to his community as a brand owner, and then he picked out like the best design and added it into his collection. So if you want to take this further, then find ways you can empower your community, find ways you can push a vision with them. Don't just like want to sell them shit. Make them be a part of your shit, and then they're gonna buy your shit. Simple as that. The best place you would want to be is have all the systems mentioned up and running. Have a creative director, also be the creative director. Be the person that makes the shit interesting. Have a team of creators and have your community posting pics, videos, and tagging you, and you could reshare that onto your story on Instagram and make a highlight out of all those reshared posts, and make a highlight of community, for example. And you don't really need to focus on, let's say, fashion influencers in regards of working with influencers. It could be anyone that resonates with your whole big idea and they really fuck with the vision, and they could potentially be an image for your brand because they like how they look, how they style your shit, and how they wear your shit. Shout out to at undiscovered.ig. I think is the best underground fashion page in this space. I don't think that anyone can be at their level. So they posted essentially this post of how burner accounts are helping brands win. Spam accounts, leak pages, old accounts, burners, whatever you want to call them, it's helping brands win. To explain a little further, brands utilize second pages where they can share more about the brand to their most dedicated and loyal followers. It adds an extra layer of depth to their brands that consumers can connect with. It also creates a sense of curiosity around the brand, which develops and adds to like the mystique of their entire story essentially. Teasing a product on secondary pages or through story posts is actually like a great way to build demand for a product, because now it leaves people with questioning, when's this dropping? I see a lot of brand owners do this, and it goes further than you think. People almost feel rewarded for their loyalty through the exclusive content they get to see firsthand before anyone else. It provides a space for brand owners to showcase unreleased designs plus a little more behind themselves and the brand. This phenomenon is so interesting in the sense of how it mirrors the music industry, the leak culture, essentially. When we look at Cardi, he did this with his Opium account where you can see snippets of his life, his fits, and updates around what he's doing. Just drop the album, bro. You know, Cardi is the best representation of where it has worked so well, as a large majority of his career can be accounted to snippets and music leads. Not to mention, he's the most notorious, mysterious person the music industry knows. Okay, so burner accounts. Okay, there's a lot of people using behind the faith, even behind trend division, stuff like that. There's a lot of brands like this that do this stuff, and I feel like when you're at some point, like when you're just starting out, I don't think that's like relevant, because like you didn't even build your first account yet, so who the fuck would care about your second account? But if you already built your one account like this, create another behind the your brand fucking tag, right? Start really building like a community. As Undiscovered said here, like Cardi, like to drop the fucking album already, bro. But you know how it works, man. Now, when it comes to actually designing a collection in your clothes, it's quite a similar process, similar, not the same process as you would be, creating your content campaigns process. And I want to link this to Oren Meets World because he's a great designer and a great creative director. I want you to take a look at his videos. He talks about his approach to designing a collection. So just take those principles and apply it in your own way, because he essentially showed, some bag stuff as well, some other accessories, a tee, a hoodie. So maybe it's not gonna be the same stuff you're cooking up, but just take how his artistic approach was and just take that thinking into your own way of doing stuff. Another video I want to link and give shout out to him, a huge shout out actually, is a video called Creative Director 101. He showed a bunch of workflows from how to go from just having like a board of your references, how to take that, finding, proper references for different purposes like ad creatives, email design creatives, social media feed creatives for your brand, carousel posts, story posts, everything towards his overall even workflow with designers. Again, it's a very, very, very applicable video. Shout to him, shout Oren, shout John. His name is Oren John, I think. Shout to him. Take a look at that. So if you remember how I talked about if your Instagram got removed, if your community would even miss you. Another thing is having community outside, let's say, Instagram, like having them on. I see a lot of Discord stuff going on, but if you're in other industries, school.com is a nice place as well. But or even WhatsApp groups, honestly. But on Instagram, you have this member space, and om.newyork, they do this very well. As you can see here, they have this early access stuff. There's like 5K members in, and essentially having stuff like this, having community outside of just your followers, just your email list, or even having a more loyal community followers on that second league pages account. All of those stuff is very well to segment your followers only and getting them to actually becoming a community. So fourth topic, create what you want to see out there. Examples of dope shit that you can take right now, take inspiration from it and apply it with your own content, your own brand. So Brandon Nowang here, he did a very well video on his own personal account for his upcoming job for his brand called Blank Studios. And he essentially talks about how he's excited to scout locations for his stuff. And again, you remember how I was talking about our previous client up there? Like, fucking be proud of your shit. And this is the exact thing, okay? There's just like a behind the scenes type of thing for your own personal account or even like for your brand's account.
Another day in my life running Blank Studios, and today I'm doing something I've dreamed about since starting the brand. Scouting shoot locations for our biggest collection yet. This feels like a milestone because when I launched the brand, shoots in top 10 locations were completely out of reach. I mean, I literally broke into my friend's school at 11 p.m. to shoot our very first liquid metal drop.
See, he even broke into his friend's school. I don't know how real that is, but just the storytelling adds a lot of depth to the entire story.
I mean, just look at option one, a massive warehouse with 45 different scenes, a subway, an airport, what looked like River was his house, and even a street set with working lights. It had everything we were looking for a dynamic shoot, but I think it was missing the modern touch that we were looking for. Then there was option two, which was literally like stepping onto another planet.
This is fucking crazy. This looks like, as he said, another fucking planet, bro.
To breathe. Option 3 really stood out. It was a huge space with a beautiful modern house at its center, surrounded by clean,
Rick Owens type shit.
into a high-end architectural magazine. The furniture included in the space was perfect, and I can already imagine our product seamlessly fitting into the aesthetic. I think we might go for this one, but the search isn't over yet. There's still one more option to explore, and honestly, I think that one might work as well. So stay tuned for part 2.
So stay tuned for part 2, and now he's even giving you call to action. Okay, like follow, basically subconsciously follow me so you don't miss out on the second or like next location. Very, very fucking crazy campaign from Scuffers here, and they named this Puffers. And basically just look at the fucking campaign, man. Like, I don't have to even talk much about it, but just look at the campaign, how he's jumping on the Puffer essentially.
Flowing wave life.
Again, they're selling you the vibe, right? Obviously, they're showcasing the product, but the overall how the product was placed into the environment. Honestly, I don't know how did they this trampoline shit. I don't know. I don't know if it's a green screen. I don't fucking know. I feel like it's like a trampoline here with like a green screen around, and they just put this whole buffer, basically artificially. Great campaign. Like no words to the shit, man. A carousel post from Moonlight Mansion. The first post here, the first picture, product catalog, pretty much simple. You scroll next, singles day sale. You scroll next, a schedule. Like so, basically, they are showing how is it gonna go, an exact timeline for the new collection, and some quick information. I really like how these two posts, this ring here, I think it's a ring, is connected to each other. Again, not a lot of brands out there care this much detail about their feet, right? About their imagery, which is an opportunity for you, for the real artists out there, to really care about this stuff. If you're a true artist, you care about details. If you're just someone who wants to make money out of this shit, you can, but I would suggest you run something else. You can make money from something else. But if you're a true artist, you really want to create shit, this is it, right? Again, some sneakers they are dropping, some hoodies, tees, accessories, casual pose, right? But they added their own taste into it. A simple cool reel from Axel, fucking I don't know, Axel Arigato. Um, a lot of clips with very minimalistic, Pantone, very nice feeling colors, and just a lot of videos just added like this, right? Again, nothing crazy, but these colors are just how someone said it here. These colors are divine, right? It just gives you a very heavenly type of feel, and not a crazy pose, but a very nice one. MA Studios, right? Love is in the air. Okay. Do you want to be my boyfriend? Right. And again, it's nothing to do with their clothes, right? It's just like this fucking, how do you call it in English? I don't know, type shit. And nothing about the clothes. They are wearing the clothes, right? But it's nothing product focused. Then there's this crazy campaign from them, right? Total Switch, Riot Drop, quick film campaign. Just Riot shit. You see this character, right? Stressed out, fucking looking around, stressed out, anxious. His Something's wrong with his nose. Nice prop, by the way. The makeup, who did that? Nice shit. Stressed out, anxious. Riot Drop, music. Again, great stuff. Like you just see it, you feel this shit, man. Like you fucking feel this shit. I be loving this type of campaigns, bro. And another post from them, dynamic drop, and nothing crazy, right? As you see, is nothing crazy. So you see how they utilize a lot of styles, but it still speaks their collection name. It speaks their brand identity. Ola Kala official. All right, a great carousel post from them. Nice, uh, autumn. Yeah, fucking autumn vibes here. Simple, flat, lace pigs, but like just the fucking, not trees. How do you fucking call this shit, dog? Um, just this fucking natural stuff on the hoodies, just adds depth to the image as well. It's not just that they just put the fucking hoodies on the floor and they just take some pics. They got really creative with their shit. Goji Worldwide. Uh, so they have this rapper, you know, in the studio. Basically, this got 4K likes. It's just the fact of utilizing another's, you know, famous person. Again, like I was talking about influencers, content creators, rappers. You know, it's just like a quick video of him being in the studio, recording shit and wearing the shit. Great fucking brand Vicinity, right? I'm just gonna scroll to this carousel shit because very natural base. I see a lot of brands, you know, taking this natural depth to their image kind of nowadays. I like it. Even their shoes, you know, speak that natural feel. But if you would put that to, you know, a different environment, you would sort of attach a different image to it. So that's why there's this RP Virgil, but Virgil Abloh's, you know, sort of quote or like an ideology is where if you have this broken candle or whatever the fuck it is and you have it on your desk, you might want to throw it because it's broken. But if you put it into a room of just white space, just a studio, then it becomes art suddenly, right? So the environment you put your products in are very important, right? So that's why sell the vibe, right? Sell the vibe. So next stuff is just like quick 5 creative transitions for short form video from Gakuen. You probably know him. He's a fucking great cinematographer, short form maker, however you want to call it, an artist. And he's basically showing like 5 transitions that you can use for your short form. So fifth thing, this is what happens when you are aesthetic driven and have community that fucks with it. You don't even really need crazy sales words, you know, especially in like an emo design I'm showing here in this screen record. Like it's fucking all the work, all the marketing is done by the imagery, right? All of that shit is done by the imagery. All of those sellings, you don't need, you know, in words at all. They're just saying fall winter 24 new job is out now, and all of their shit is, you know, because of their products look stuff. The models are very specifically looking. It goes very well with the brand Racer Worldwide. So when you have dope imagery, you don't really need to care that much about all these copies, all these fucking offers that much, because all that shit is gonna be done by how creative you are. TikTok is officially being banned, thank God. I hope so. In the US in 2025 in January. And what you should do instead. Why am I saying thank God? Is because I feel like TikTok is brainwashing every fucking single person. I feel like that platform, because it's China based, I don't fucking know, man. Like it's just stupid. Okay? I don't know if you noticed, but in China, like they don't have brain rot shit. Like their algorithm there is all about education, all about being, you know, positive mental health. But everywhere else, they have totally random other algorithms made on purpose, right? So I feel like an audience that just spends time on TikTok is just cheap. They are just fucking broke. Okay? Maybe some people are not, but majority of the consumers there are just fucking not good of a quality. Compared to Instagram, man, that shit is full of aesthetics. That shit is like the new age of fucking Pinterest. That shit is starting to look like Pinterest, bro. If you go to Pinterest, all of that, most of that shit is fucking good aesthetic stuff, right? So what you should instead jump on, focus on fucking Instagram, man. Fuck TikTok, right? Try like maybe if you are okay, maybe if you're doing well on TikTok, stay there, continue to do it. But if I were to start out, and even with the design I'm gonna show you here, I want to put all my aesthetics on fucking Instagram. Because believe it or not, go compare your Instagram feed compared to TikTok. And if it looks the same, then you're shit. I don't know how else to explain it. But bro, my feed compared to TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but my feed on Instagram is just, man, like, you know, like just fucking inspiration stuff, man. On TikTok, that shit is just stupid. Like, though. So, talking about our design here, okay? We have this fucking hoodie. Shout out my girlfriend. She cooked most of this stuff, all of this stuff. But essentially what I was telling her is that I want to make some adjustments. Some of like these details are pretty crazy, but as you can see, like a sleeve here, I want to maybe extend the sleeve up until here, up until these details here, you know, even the zip here, so it looks more like, so the sleeves are not cut off here, but it actually ends somewhere here. So that's like a detail I want to make. If you can see, I don't know if you can see, but if you see these, you know, white lines, you know, like here, I want to sort of make another layer, cut and sew layer on top of it. So imagine like another fabric layer instead of this white line here, and then these details essentially gonna be moved on top of that another fabric layer. So imagine another layer here, so it sort of looks like vest essentially. I would say like just like belts hanging around like this. I would say that would be a good detail. uh the neck stuff, neck roller, I don't fucking know, it's not gonna look like this, but it's gonna be a bit different. But that's, and it's gonna be double zip. I was thinking of adding like another double pocket layer, but yeah, that's how I'm thinking about this design. Not rushing with starting my own brand, honestly. I'm just wanting to show you how I go about like the thought process behind this stuff. If you want to see some specific topics or even brand reviews or design reviews or something around that, let me know. I'll see you in the next. Have a great fucking day. Peace out.